Welcome back, Coach. Thanks for joining me again to continue learning more about the very important topic of child abuse in sport. In this video, we're going to spend time looking at the consequences of child abuse. More importantly, we're going to learn to identify some of the most common signs of child abuse so we can spot it early before it is too late. Let's start by exploring the impact of child abuse in general. Please have a look at this short video produced by the NSPCC in the UK.
We can all work together to make sure every childhood is free from abuse. Right now, on average, 2 children in every classroom are affected by abuse or neglect. Child abuse can take many forms: emotional, physical, or sexual. It can also be neglect, which is a lack of love and attention. Whatever form it takes, the damage can be devastating, but together we can prevent this from happening. What surrounds us shapes our behaviour. When parents are overloaded with problems such as money, alcohol or drug addiction, or mental illness, it can be really difficult for them to give their children the best start in life. Those stresses can lead to a child being abused or neglected, and this is never acceptable. But providing the right help at the right time can help a family cope, giving children a more stable platform. Child abuse can derail a child's development, affecting all parts of their life. It stops them doing what children should be doing, like making friends, learning, exploring and playing. As the child becomes an adult, they may struggle with important things like relationships, jobs or mental health. And this causes a ripple effect through the whole of society. But we also know that when the community comes together, we can help get children back on the right track. Whether it's help from neighbours, extra support at school, good foster care or counselling, we can all play a part. Abuse robs children of their childhood. Instead of feeling excited about the future, it can make them feel worthless, ashamed, frightened and alone. But it's never too late to make a difference and turn a life around. And that's why we need to come together to create a stable foundation for all children. You can make a difference. Each individual act may seem small, but if we all play our part, we can create a safer place for all our children. That's why we're here. That's what drives all our work. Join us, because every childhood is worth fighting for.
As difficult as it is to watch, let's now look at the consequences of child abuse in sport in the next video. Again, please beware that it contains upsetting information and testimonies.
He used his power as an adult to manipulate me. Over a 6-year period, he progressed from exposure to masturbating in front of me while playing hide-and-go-seek, rubbing his bare penis on my bare feet. My father and I did our best to patch up our tattered relationship before he committed suicide in 2016. Admittedly, my father was experiencing debilitating health issues. But had he not had to bear the shame and self-loathing that stemmed from his defense of Larry Nassar, I believe he would have had a fighting chance for his life.
For my daughter, it just became a serious bout of depression. And so in 2009, she took her own life because she couldn't deal with the pain anymore.
You manipulated us to trust you because you're a doctor, and doctors do no wrong, only heal. You are not a healer. You performed acts of depravity just as my English teacher described. I am no longer broken by you. Every day I grow in new strength and look into the mirror to see a strong, unbreakable person.
Mr. Nassar, how do you plead to count 1?
Guilty, Your Honor.
You need to speak up, sir.
Guilty, Your Honor.
How do you plead to count 2?
Guilty, Your Honor.
And how do you plead to count 8?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Now, I would note for the record that the settlement agreement, which is...
The evidence is clear. Abuse can have long-lasting and broad-ranging effects for a child's development and well-being. It can lead to mental disorders, lower self-esteem, disruption to the child's education, create substance addiction, and lead to aggressive and abusive behavior towards others. But that's not all. Adults that were abused as a child are more likely to commit crimes, be institutionalized, and they also have higher suicide rates. The consequences of child abuse are devastating, and that's why coaches have to be ready to spot the signs. Although some of the indicators are common to all forms of abuse, others are typically linked to specific types. For instance, children who are neglected may look malnourished, unkempt, may be constantly tired or hungry, and may find it difficult to make friends. In the case of physical abuse, the signs tend to be more obvious. These can include unexplained and recurrent injuries and bruises. Sometimes these are in parts of the body where accidental injuries are unlikely, like cheeks or thighs. Typically, these children will be reluctant for you to contact their parents and can be prone to aggressive behavior and uncontrolled emotional outbursts. They also tend to be uncomfortable when approached or touched and keep their bodies covered even in hot conditions. In relation to sexual abuse, some of the physical signs include pain, bleeding and bruising or itching in the genital area. Stomach, pains and discomfort when sitting or walking are also common. In extreme cases, children may acquire a sexually transmitted disease, and in the case of girls, they may become pregnant. The emotional and behavioral signs of sexual abuse are very wide-ranging, but some of the most common include changes in behavior, becoming fearful or withdrawn, wetting the bed, having sexual knowledge beyond their age, making sexual comments, self-harming, and even suicide attempts. Finally, signs of emotional abuse include speech disorders, developmental delays, lack of desire to play, fear of making mistakes, self-harm, and fear of parents being contacted. It is important that when looking for signs of abuse, we consider them as part of a pattern of indicators, because separately, each sign may well have an alternative explanation. Spotting signs of abuse is difficult, and we don't expect you to have become an expert after watching this video. Please seek out additional training in this area from your federation or any other relevant organization. But please be vigilant when working with children. In the next video, we're going to cover the type of structures and protocols we can put in place to minimize the risk of child abuse happening in the sport setting. Thanks for watching and for caring about children's well-being. See you soon.